So there was a very exciting event happening that day in Vicenza, which was the Ultra Bicus trail. My partner participated in one of the several races, and specifically the 45 kilometers, which is 28 miles, with 1500 meters, which is 4,900 feet elevation. So this is an image that I took of him, and it's also my very first shot on Portra 400, and I already love it. The skin tones are so beautiful, so peachy, as I like them. It also holds a special place in my heart because it's my partner and my dog, and this was just before the start of the race. And the start and finish line, which is the red thing that you can see in the image, were in Piazza dei Signori in Vicenza, which is this beautiful piazza square that you can see in this image. I really love the very bright tones and the pop of color that is happening in the lower part of the image, especially compared to the upper part where there are more muted colors and there's less contrast, which is those beautiful buildings in the Piazza dei Signori. And then this is just a shot that I mistakenly took because I was with my dog, who weighs 110 pounds more than me, and while I was shooting an image, she saw a dog and she started to run towards the dog, and I fell out of the stairs where I was because I'm also shooting with Canon AE1 Portra 400, and it's a prime lens, and most of the times, especially when taking these images, which is a more of a wide angle, I had to step back a lot, and also I climbed a few stairs and then I fell down here and took the shot. Things happen. Another beautiful image of the Piazza dei Signori. This is the Renaissance, why can I say it? Renaissance Basilica, which is adorned with beautiful white columns topped with statues. And in this image you can see the crowd, all of the ultra runners and runners that were gathered at the start line. The next image I scanned, I didn't mention that I scanned and edited all of this myself. This is my third roll of portrait that I'm scanning and editing myself, even though it's the first one that I shot, because I shot my second and third one in Positano and Amalfi, and I edited and scanned those first just because I wanted to publish those first. And so those are already on my YouTube channel. I edited this one in black and white because of how I framed the image and how I compose. It looks like a drawing to me, except for the human element that I included, because I really like to include human elements in my pictures because it gives you perspective. So this building, this basilica, is really tall, and you can get a glimpse, an idea of how tall it is seeing a human in the image. And also I wanted the human part, so somebody in the image, because it makes you better understand that it's not a drawing. Again, this might all be in my mind, but this is what I'm thinking and this is my thought process, so let me know if you like it. The only thing that I was very sad is that stairs, the beautiful stairs there behind him, are very colorful, so I lost that when converting in black and white, but I'm still in love with the image. And then there's the next one where you can see these beautiful white marble columns, and this one I really love because it's very peaceful for the composition. It's very symmetrical, and this gives me a sense of peacefulness. But there are repeated elements in the same color, which is red. So there's the Museo del Gioiello di Vicenza sign here hanging. And then there's those three elements in red in the background. There is the giocattolo sign and also the other sign of the shop, and the third element I really don't know what that is. And then there's this man here that I captured on his bike, and he also has two red objects on his bike. So again, it might just be pleasing to me, but it is very pleasing to me to notice these things, and when I'm capturing images or when I'm waiting for an image to develop and to happen, because I was waiting for this man. I saw him. Again, I'm shooting with a 50mm lens, so with my eyes I could see a lot more of what was happening, and I saw him coming with his bike, and I waited for him to be exactly there to shoot the image. I could have shot him while he was more centered, but I didn't want him there. And also I'm very pleased with this man that is going down the stairs. Am I talking too much? Probably. Let's go to the next one. So here I was walking, I was strolling down Corso Andrea Paladio, which is this main street, pedestrian street in Vicenza. And this is Chiesa di Santa Corona. My dog and I visited this chiesa just from the outside. All of the images that you're about to see and that you're seeing are from the outside, because I was not allowed to go inside places with my dog. So this is Chiesa di Santa Corona. It is a Catholic church, and in here you can admire Il Battesimo di Cristo di Giovanni Bellini, by Giovanni Bellini, which is very famous. It's beautiful. I was in love with this beautiful tree, with the colors, with the composition. It is somehow spooky, feels spooky to me, which I really like. I love spooky books, and this image, I don't know why it is spooky to me, and I love it. The next image, I wanted to take another shot of this beautiful church, and I was waiting for this man to stand there with his dog. I didn't notice the man on the bike coming, also because he was so fast. I don't hate it. Even though I didn't plan for it, I like it. Let me know what you think. The next shot, not one of my favorites, but before one of my favorites, and this is the outside of the Teatro Olimpico. Again, I was strolling down Corso Andrea Palladio, and this is just the outside. I really like the presence of warm tones and cooler tones in the same image, and I really love the three birds flying in the background. And then there is probably my favorite one, this one. So this is in the inside. So once you go through this arch, you find this garden, which is the outside of the Teatro Olimpico, which is the Olympic Theatre in English, and it's the first covered theatre in Europe. What I really love about this image is, first and foremost, the colors, the tones, those green tones which are dreamy, and I would say that these are the green tones that the majority of my clients do in the signature style session with me. When I create custom presets for them, they are always referencing to these greens, which are more cyan but still do not look over edited. Now, I edited this image, but I did not change much the color because I'm shooting film, and I love the statues. I like the white in the foreground. I like the plant growing on the
facade. Ivy.
The ivy growing on the facade. I'm learning, okay? And improving. But this is my favorite shot. I really love it. I wish that I could go inside, but again, I had my dog with me. I'm going to post here images for you of the inside because it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Let's move on to the next image, which is another one that I took there of the garden, which was beautiful. I'm really pleased with the human element of that nonna, grandma, with her nephew exiting the garden. I'm not really happy with the light. It's backlit and it was cloudy, so what I think happened with this image that I'm not really liking is that I included the sun in the shot, which I could not probably see where he was in the sky because it was cloudy. Next image is Giardino Salvi. This is the Salvi Gardens in English, and it features a duck pond which you can already see, and you can see ducks here, the first one and the second one, which I'm really pleased with that I was able to capture them in the image. I think these are a very nice element to the image. And there is a rose garden and there is this classic Palladian terrace. I'm really in love with this image and with the reflection of the Palladian facade. I love the composition, of course, as I was loving the composition in this image, and I love the cooler tones in the shade, in the water, and I love the warmer tones of the Palladian terrace. The next one is the exact same place. I just changed the composition and I shot this horizontally. I really love this one as well. The next one is, this was another church, which I don't remember the name at the moment, but it was again in the city center, and I found it while I was strolling around and I shot this image. I really love the tones of this image. And then I also shot this one, which is just a very nice osteria that I found. Even though it was closed, it was looking really peaceful, and I shot an image. I really love it. The next one is of the Renaissance Basilica in Piazza dei Signori. I was going down another street, which you are about to see, which is this one, which is called the Piazzetta Palladio. And you're going to understand why it's called Piazzetta Paladio in a second. So this is the first shot that I took with a lot of people in the frame. It was more crowded, and it is a reflection of what was really going on there. I really love the inside of the building that you can see. I love all of these people in the shade, and I really love the light coming through this way on the facade. This one is probably my second favorite image. I really love the light. I love the statues up there. I love the man that is going up the stairs, and I love the statue, this one, which is Andrea Palladio. I'm about to explain the reason why it's called Piazzetta Palladio. I just love it, and I also love this bird there. So it's called, here it was inside the Basilica. I was walking here and I shot the image of the statue from there because I wanted an image of the statue, but I wanted it to be more engaging, more interesting. So Andrea Palladio was a citizen, which is the man here in the statue that you can see, and he was the official architect of La Serenissima, which was the Venetian Republic that lasted for more than 1,000 years until 1797, and he designed villas, buildings, basilicas, monuments, and he worked primarily in Veneto, which is the region where you can find Vicenza, Venice, Verona, which is where I am from. And so I took an image from here, from this perspective, and I really love it. I then took another one from the other side, framing the statue, and also I love the couple walking down there where I was before when I was taking the image, and I really love that you can see also the other facade here. This is the Capelleria Palladio shop, where this is just basically behind the statue, and it's a shop where you can find a variety, a good range of hats, and these are gorgeous and timeless. I really loved it, and I framed it with those columns, and I'm really pleased with the result. This one is the Cattedrale di Santa Maria Annunciata, which was this one, now I remember. This is Cattedrale di Santa Maria Annunciata, and again, Cattedrale di Santa Maria Annunciata. And this is from the Piazzetta Palladio, so this is the view that you get from there. I really love this image, and I also took another one later. I don't know, I think I prefer the other one, but You tell me which one you prefer, if you prefer this one or the next one. I really love the composition, the light, the beautiful tones of the buildings and of the cathedrale, the Gothic facade, and also the dome. I love the tone, and for your interest, it was designed, of course, by Andrea Paladio. Really love this image. The next one was a pure experiment. It was a reflection. I found out that I really love reflections. I wanted the neon light and I wanted a reflection of myself because I was alone all day and I, of course, don't have an image of myself. So this is my attempt of documenting my presence there. I'm pleased with it. Next one, this is where I was standing while I took this image. I am in love with this image. It is so nostalgic to me. I love these very old and timeless signs. I love the colors, I love the tones, I love everything. This is just an ordinary street that I noticed while I was strolling around. I took this image and this is probably one of my favorite ones. Love the light falling on here. I love the shadows. Then I went to Ponte di San Paolo, Sample Bridge, probably, and I took pictures of St. Michael Bridge, Ponte di San Michele, which is this one. I love the reflections. You can see the buildings and also the bridge reflecting. What you cannot see here were a lot of ducks here. I had a prime lens and I could not shoot these wider, but I really love it as is. I love the flowers on here, and what you cannot really see, this red point here, is a runner because this was part of the path of the race. So I stood there for a couple of minutes looking at runners going through the bridge and basically heading towards the finish line. The next one is from Ponte Furo, where you can enjoy a beautiful view of the Renaissance Basilica, and I really love the tones of these greens in the foreground, and I love the reflections, I love the color of the water, I love that you can see the Basilica, and I also loved these windows, which I couldn't really understand what this was. It was a private garden, but it was so beautiful. Last image is the other one that I was telling you about before, and I'm about to show you both of these side by side, so you'll be able to tell me which one you prefer. I am in love with the softer sunset light when compared to the arch light, for example, that you get at midday. We always love this look, which is very dreamy and romantic, so this adds a romantic touch to the scene. Also because you have three couples there, and there is a man on a bike. I like the composition, love the light, I love the tones here. There is this little thing where they originally used to sell newspapers, so you cannot really see here, but it's written Il Giornale di Vicenza, which means the Vicenza's newspaper. So that one is green, and then there is a Fiat 500, which is a car, and it's red. And then again, you get a warmer tone and a cooler tone, which are almost similar to these. These are very pleasing to me, noticing that there is a repetition of colors or repetition of objects or subjects, and also the light is beautiful. I'm going to show you the before and after. So the one that I took before earlier in the day on the left, and the one that I shot later in the day when it was almost sunrise, and you tell me which one you prefer. I love both of these, but I think that one of these is more vibrant, while the other one is more romantic and nostalgic. So I really love the feeling of that. That's it. These are the 28 film that I shot, scanned and edited myself from Vicenza. Let me know which one is your favorite one, or if you have more than one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!